Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. If you're new here, my name's Katrina and today I thought I would show you guys how to make vegan carrot cake cupcakes. Or would it just be vegan carrot cupcakes? We're gonna go with carrot cake cupcakes. So just a pretty simple, easy vegan recipe. I'm not using any crazy ingredients that you'll have to go to the store and buy. I try to use things that pretty much everybody's gonna have lying around, general spices. So let's get started. First off, I'm gonna start by preheating my oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and I did already put my cupcake liners into my cupcake pan. I just use the normal paper ones. And at the end of the video, after we cool the cupcakes, I'll also show you guys how to do a really easy vegan cream cheese frosting. Now this is something that's totally optional. I like to eat these without any frosting, glaze, or anything. They're really good just plain on their own. So let's get started. Alright guys, so we're going to start with all of our wet ingredients and we're going to mix these together before mixing our dry. So we have 1 cup of oat milk. You can use any milk substitute of your choice. We have half a cup of coconut oil. You can see it's kind of liquefied. I mean, it's not liquid. I didn't put it in the microwave or anything, but it's room temperature. We have 2 cups of finely grated carrots. And I have half a teaspoon of grated ginger. You can also use half a teaspoon of dried ginger, like dried ground ginger, but I had fresh, so I'm gonna use that. And then 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. You can also use 1 teaspoon of lemon juice if you choose. Now let's mix these all together. So I'm gonna start by putting my carrots in first. Make that easy. And then we're just gonna add all these in. So the oat milk, again, you can use any milk substitute of your choice. I just always have oat milk. And the coconut oil. I'm gonna get a smaller spoon to get the rest of that out. Our ginger. And our apple cider vinegar. I'm just gonna mix this up and set it aside. So just a slushy mixture. Now for our dry ingredients, we have 1.5 cups of normal flour, half a cup of oatmeal. If you don't have oatmeal, you can just use another half cup of flour, but I like the oatmeal in it because we eat these in the morning for like breakfast. So there's that. 3/4 cup sugar. I just use plain white sugar. You can use coconut sugar. You would have to adjust a little bit if you wanted to use a liquid sweetener like agave or maple syrup, sorry. So there's 3/4 cup of that. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, not baking soda. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. You can also add half a teaspoon of nutmeg, but I'm not the biggest fan of nutmeg, so I'm just gonna add 1 teaspoon cinnamon. Half teaspoon of salt. I use pink Himalayan sea salt. And perfect. Just gonna give this a little mix. Alright, and I'm gonna go ahead and get another spoon to just get the rest of this coconut oil, and then I'll show you guys when I mix these two together. So this is what our mixture looks like. Smells so delicious already. So I'm just going to take a 1/4 cup measuring cup and portion it out into my cupcake liners. So while I'm putting it in the cupcake liners, I want to mention a couple things. So this recipe will also make absolutely amazing pancakes, like carrot cake pancakes. You can also use it as like a normal cake recipe, and you can mix other things into it if you choose to. So you can mix in like instead of the oatmeal, you can do probably a 1/3 cup of dried coconut flakes if you like coconut. You don't have to use the coconut oil. You can if you have a coconut allergy, you can absolutely use like vegan butter, or you can use a light tasting oil, so something like vegetable oil, or a light olive oil. I just really don't like to use vegetable oil really in anything, so coconut oil is typically what I'm always going to choose to use. You could also even do avocado oil if you want. It's just something kind of expensive, so avocado oil is not usually something that I keep on hand for just like normal cooking. And this is super similar to my banana bread recipe, and now that it's getting closer to fall, I'll start doing a lot more baking recipes. But just because I live in Sacramento in California and it is so painfully hot here during summer, I mean, it's probably one of the hottest summers on record. We've had over 110 degree weather pretty much for like the past month, so I have definitely avoided turning my oven on if possible. I've been using my air fryer for things like if I'm gonna do baked potatoes or anything like that. And in winter, winter, I spend a lot more time baking. It's one of my absolute favorite things to do in the world is baking. So, yeah, so leave me comments down below if there's any recipes you guys want to see. Banana bread. I'm just doing the last little bit. It ends up being perfect if you use a 1/4 cup measuring for each little cupcake liner. I'll probably end up doing a pumpkin bread recipe. I'm not the biggest pumpkin fan, but I know a lot of people probably want to see that. So I'll probably do a pumpkin bread recipe. I'm not into like pumpkin spice lattes or anything like that. I've never really cared for pumpkin. I don't know why, because my family always makes really good pumpkin pies when I was younger. So I'm more of like a chai tea latte with soy milk, or now places actually have oat milk, so I do oat milk. I'm just trying to be mindful of if it's Oatly, then I'll go with soy milk, because Oatly is really into doing some deforestation right now. So when I buy oat milk, I use the Planet Oat, or I make it myself as well. Oat milk is super easy to make, so I'll do a recipe on that for you guys. It's really good in smoothies and stuff. But if I'm drinking it straight, I don't prefer the homemade oat milk. That's when I prefer the store-bought oat milk. So if I'm gonna be doing smoothies or anything like that, that's when I use homemade. So yeah, my cupcakes are ready to go into the oven. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven, and we're gonna give it 20 to 25 minutes. And then I'll show you guys when I take them out of the oven. So I just took them out of the oven. They took exactly 20 minutes. This one was a little underfilled, that's okay. They look perfect and smell so delicious. So I'm gonna let them cool for half an hour, and then for my like frosting glaze, I have 4 ounces of Dairy cream cheese, and I'm just gonna let this soften. So once your cream cheese is softened, you want to set it in the microwave for 15 seconds, just so that you're able to kind of like whip it till it's smooth. And now we're gonna add a cup of powdered sugar. All right, so after I mixed up the glaze, I just like dipped them in. So let's try it. Oh my gosh, they look so good. All right. So good. Let me know if you guys try the recipe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.